what's a good carry gun? A carry automatic. We won't be doing the revolvers, we're just doing the automatic right now. Do a video next time. And I've nailed it down to two guns that I think are actually pretty reliable and pretty good calibers for anybody considering a carry gun. Both guns are very reliable, they've been around a while, and they're well made. One is a 1911 and one is a Glock. Let's start the video. Show you they're both empty. Okay. Nothing in it. Gun's empty. Okay, this one's empty. Has a snap cap in there, which I put in all my guns. This is empty. Oh. Okay, now let's start our review. The Glock is this particular one is a Glock 23, which is a 40 caliber. The nice thing about the 40 caliber is it's going to hold 13 rounds in a magazine. And it just pops in like this. It's not very thick. This has finger grooves. This is a Generation 3. Has the nitrization, I think it's called, versus the Tennifer. Tennifer they don't make anymore on their Glock, like I say, holds 13 rounds. This particular one has fiber optic sights, but you can get a wide arrangement of all different kind of sights. It's a good, reliable gun, and it's not expensive. You can get these without this fancy sights for probably about $500, and they're pretty nice. Very reliable. It has a 3-position safety. It won't go off unless you press that. It is considered double action according to Glock, because when you press it first, you see that part there? That energizes the firing pin. Then when you pull the trigger, it fires it. So that's what's considered, it's a two-pull system. That's what Glock considers double action. It's easy to conceal. They even have smaller ones. But 40 caliber is nice because that's in between the 9mm and 45. So there's not a lot of recoil. And 40 Smith & Wesson, it's been around a while. And it's fairly available ammunition too. If I was going to get anything, this would be 9 or this, or you go with 45. But nice gun. Only thing, it's going to be polymer, so there's going to be a little bit more recoil. But if you're getting in the lower caliber, like the 40 or the 9mm, it's not going to really matter that much. The next one is a typical 1911. This is a smaller 1911. It has a 7-round magazine, all steel, and of course Colt. Colt's been around. They're the ones. They make the 1911. Pretty much all the guns right now are a copy of the Colt model. This particular one is metal, so when you're going to compare it, it's going to be heavier. It is 45 caliber. It's a bigger hole there. It's going to be a lot more recoil. However, if you get a 1911 type, you're going to have a metal frame, so you won't get as much recoil. You can always compensate them. They would drill a hole there and there, and compensating would help the recoil of the gun quite a bit. It just depends on you, how you would like, the gun. If you're shy on recoil, this one is not too bad on recoil. Okay, it still has some recoil being a smaller gun. It is heavy, but this one has a alloy frame, so it's not as heavy. But it's going to depend on you, whether you're going to want to carry, the 23, which is the 40 caliber, or the 45. And I'm saying 45 in the 1911 because it has less recoil. If you get a 45 in something like a Glock, you're going to have a lot more recoil. And you know, depending on you, if you're recoil sensitive, it might be a little harder for you to handle the gun. When you pick a gun for self-defense or any kind of gun, home defense or whatever, I would always say is first, what's your budget? You know, Glock you can get for $500. Something like this Colt, you're going to pay pretty close to $900. 1,000 new, maybe 8 to 9 used. So it depends on, you know, what you want to spend. A little bit more machining in this. It's like a mini 1911. This is still a good gun. It's reliable. It's just a lot of polymer parts. There's a little less machining in it. So decide first your budget. Then I would do is decide if this is going to be a range gun, a target gun, home defense gun. If it's going to be all three, okay, that's a good start, because then you'll know what kind of gun to look into. Then you're going to want to say, you know, how accurate are you with the particular caliber you're picking? Are you more accurate 9? Are you accurate 40, 45, 10 millimeter? What are you more accurate in the gun that you've shot? I mean, what, you know, your accuracy. Then you're going to have to go and decide what is the best caliber for you that you can handle. Are you recoil sensitive? I mean, are you going to be able to hit your target? I would say you have to minimally be able to hit a target at 21 feet, the silhouette target. If you can hit it 21 feet, you're pretty good. You're going to pretty much hit what you're shooting at. If you can't hit it at 21 feet, you may want to change to a different type of caliber. But this is just two of the many guns available, and they're two very popular guns, but you're going to have to decide in the long run whether you want to go with the 1911. And I myself, I just always keep dummy rounds in my 1911. Or you're going to have to decide, do you want to go with the Glock? And of course you're getting 13 rounds in this you're getting 7. There's a big difference in the hole there. See the bore? So, you know, size wise, this 1911 actually is about a ½ inch smaller. So it's a lot smaller gun. But like I say, you can use reduced loads in these guns, and if you're recoil sensitive. But I wanted to just bring that quick video and show you, you know, what are you going to pick, a polymer gun or a 1911? And then you also have to decide what are you going to pick, a caliber, a 40, a 45, a 9mm 45. But I would say these are the two most popular carry calibers. There's 9mm, but it's okay. But 40, if it was me, the 40 is a bigger bullet. Thanks a lot, guys, for tuning in. Have a great day.